The Battle of Tucapel had been a significant triumph, but with Valdivia still evading justice, the war was far from over. The Spaniard was likely to remain near the safety of his many forts. If Lautaro could find the one where Valdivia was hiding, he could flush him out like a rabbit. We should give Valdivia a warm welcome when he tries to flee. Galvarino said as Lautaro laid out the plan. What do you think he'll enjoy more? My knives or his own guns? However, cracks were starting to show in the facade of the Mapuche Confederation. Emboldened by their victory at Tucapel, the tribes began to bicker over old rivalries. Lautaro knew he had to act swiftly to maintain the alliance.
Valdivia hides in one of his forts in the area, but we do not know which. Burn them all to the ground and bury the coward in the rubble.
Human.
Filet.
Filet. Kimon.
Mari. Wait. Filet. Kumei. Mai. M1. Kumei. Mai. Filet. M1. Filet. Mari.
Filet.
The Mapuche are united under your leadership. For now. But old rivalries die hard. We must protect our allies to keep their morale high. Otherwise, we risk losing our new allies.
Mai. Amuat. Kimon.
Mari. M1. M1. Filet. M1. Ballet. M1. Mari. M1. Tim. Mari.
Mari. Mai. Cem. For the war effort!
Ballet. M1. Kumei. Ballet. Mari. Mai. Ballet.
The Yanaconas are compelled to fight out of fear. But there are greater horrors in the Spanish whip. Let me speak with the priestess of the Eastern Mountains.
What aid could a priestess provide? We already have everything we need. An army and the will to use it.
Mai. Kumei. Mari. Ballet. Kumei. M1. Mai. Nantuken. Mari. Mai. Filet. Mari. M1. M1. Filet. Ballet. M1. Kumei. M1. Mari. Ballet. M1. Kumei. Filet. Mai. Mari. Ballet. Kumei.
Amuat.
Filet. Mari. M1. Mai. Kumei. M1. Ballet.
Belei. Kimei. Θέουμα.
Mai. Ballet. M1. Mai. M1. Ballet. Kumei. Mai. Ballet.
For the war effort!
Mai. Mari.
Shuman.
Ballet.
Now the warband has finished training and is ready to fight.
Ballet.
Falei. Amuan.
Mari.
Μάρι. Θέουμα. Belei.
Θέουμα.
Θέουμα.
Mari. Mai.
Amuan.
Tim.
Falei.
Mari.
Shuman.
Mari.
Μάρι.
Nentuken. Zeuman. Ballet.
Νέντουκεν. Θέουμαν.
Mai.
Amuan.
Mari.
Belei.
Mai. Ballet. Katruma Malken. Zeuman.
The Anacona cowards are coming out to face us at last.
Θέουμα.
We must have ruffled a few feathers when we showed up on Valdivia's doorstep.
Θέουμα. Μάρι. Belei.
For the war effort!
Κατσούμα Μαλκεν.
Mari. May. Mai. M1.
Amuan.
Mai. May. Mari. Mai. Zeuman. Mari. Zeuman. Mari. Ballet. M1. Ballet. Mai. M1. Ballet. Mai. Kumei. Mai. Ballet. Kumei. Ballet. Mai. Tim. M1.
Μάρι. Θέουμαν.
Mai.
Θέουμαν. Κουθάουφε.
Mai. Ballet. M1. Mai. Kumei. Ballet. M1. Kumei. M1.
Falei. Amuan. Mai.
Mai. Ballet. M1. Ballet. M1.
Belei.
Mari.
Αμουάν. Θέουμα.
Mari.
Galvardino can keep fighting without his hands. I'll survive a few broken ribs.
Αμουάν. Θέουμαν. Κουσάουφε. Τσεμ.
Mai.
Katruma
Now the warband has finished training and is ready to fight.
Mai. Belay. M1. Belay.
For the war effort!
Mai. Mari. Mai. Belay. Mari.
Πελέι. Μάι. Κυμέι. Θέουμαν.
Mai. Mari. Tim. Belay. Gumay. Mai. Belay.
Belay.
Tim.
Mai. Shuman. Mai. Falei. Mai. Shuman.
Belay.
Mai. Falei.
Mai.
Mari. Τσεμ.
Mai.
Θέουμαν.
For the war effort!
Belay.
Θέουμαν. Μάρι. Θέουμαν. Φελέι.
The only thing the Yanaconas fear more than their
Mari,
Spanish
Mari.
masters is the sun they worship. Bring me a relic, and I will share my sacred knowledge with you.
Tim.
Mai. Belay.
Mai.
Κατσουμά Μαλκέν.
Now the warband has finished training and is ready to fight.
No trace of Valdivia. He must be in another fort.
For the war effort!
The Spaniards left some of their cannon galleons in dry dock on the island. If we can destroy the towers protecting them, we can take the ships for ourselves.
Listen carefully. The Yanaconas do not know of the coming eclipse that will hide the sun and turn the day to night. Prepare your warriors, for the Yanaconas will run before them like frightened dogs.
The sun god Inti has abandoned us for serving the invaders! Run for your lives!
Damn these superstitious natives! You want some...
Forts down, one left to burn. But still no sign of the blood-sucking Spaniard.
Mari.
Θέουμαν. Θέουμαν. Mari.
Mai.
Cem Felei. Amuan. Θέουμαν.
Now the warband has finished training and is ready to fight.
Valdivia. How did he manage to slip out unnoticed?
My plan appears to have worked! While you wasted lives and morale on this wild goose chase, you left an opening for me to strike at your allies! Leave none alive, man! Santiago es tierra! España!
You have doomed us all, Lautaro! To the hills! Run for your lives!
You lost a battle, but you can still win the war. I will talk to the tribes.
Was there such a thing as pain beyond pain? The charred remains of the fort were littered with the bodies of Mapuche warriors. Young men who had fought, bled, and died at Lautaro's command. Hundreds, thousands of lives gone in an instant. And for what? Pedro de Valdivia was still at large. The Mapuche alliance was crumbling. Their sacrifices had been in vain. Spanish swords and muskets had killed them, but it was he who had sent them to their deaths. He had failed them, just like he had failed his parents. As Galvarino approached him after the battle, Lautaro wished his friend would stay away. However, he swallowed his emotions and listened to the report. Our scouts say that Valdivia is building up his army at Santiago. We are running out of time. Lautaro struggled to breathe. We are running out of men, too. As the pain of his loss subsided, Lautaro realized that the shard of defiance embedded in his heart since the death of his parents remained intact. Despite losing so many men and seeing his allies waver, he stood resolute. He had not surrendered when Valdivia forced him into servitude, and he would not give up now. Caupolicán and Galvarino remained steadfast in their loyalty. With their combined forces, Lautaro still had the strength for one final assault. If they could take Santiago, Valdivia would have nowhere left to run. The Spanish would be crushed once and for all. As Lautaro assembled his army for the final march, he raised his spear and spoke to them in a voice that shook their very hearts. Brave men, I have heard your grumblings of surrender and peace. But what will peace bring us? Nothing but disgrace. You can either live in peace as Spanish slaves, or die with me as free men, protecting your land and your children. The only road to lasting peace, to freedom, is the road to Santiago! The crowd raised their weapons in unison and shouted, "To Santiago!"
The city of Santiago lies before us. We must defeat the Spanish here, or everything we have fought for will be lost.
Velei. Mari.
Zeuman. Zeuman.
Chem.
Zeuman.
Velei.
Our allies are no cowards, but they will not fight for a lost cause. Let us kill every Spaniard in sight and show them what an army with fire in their hearts can achieve.
Why waste precious lives when words can achieve the same result? If you let me speak to the tribes, they will be back in the fold before Galvarino can wet his blades.
Mari Mari.
Mai. Theuman.
Pele. Mari Mari. With Kun. Chen. Theuman.
Mari with Kun.
Shuman. Fale. Amuan. Kimon. Amuan. Amuan. Kimon. Kimon. Chan. Amuan. Wei Chan.
Nantuken. Theuman. Pele.
Shuman. Amuan. Wei Chan. Amuan. Amuan. Shuman. Kimon. Amuan. Kimon. Amuan. Kimon. Father Tenguenjo! Shuman. Amuan. Kimon. Amuan. Amuan. Amuan.
Chen.
Shuman. Fale. Amuan. Shuman. Amuan. Kimon.
Much of Santiago is still being built. If we lay waste to the construction site, we can prevent Valdivia from using these buildings.
Wei Chan. Fale. Father Tengun. Fale. Shuman. Father Tengun. Shuman. Wei Chan. Shuman. Kimon. Father Tengun.
Pele. Mai. Mari. Theuman. Chen. Pele. Theuman.
Mai. Theuman. Mari. Theuman.
Mari. Chen. Mai. Theuman. Mari. Theuman.
Amuan. Kimon. Wei Chan. Kimon. Wei Chan. Father Tengun. Shuman. Father Tengun. Shuman. Wei Chan. Shuman. Amuan. Wei Chan. Amuan. Hai. Amuan. Hai. Kimon. Hai. Kimon. Amuan. Kimon. Hai. Amuan. Kimon. Amuan. Mai. Fale. Kimon. Amuan. Amuan. Hai. Amuan. Kimon. Wei Chan. Amuan. Amuan. Kimon. Kimon. Amuan. Amuan. Kimon. Shuman. Hai. Mai.
Felei. Theuman. Theuman.
Mai. Falei. Kimon. Shuman.
Jim.
Falei. Shuman. Amuan. Fane Chengkung.
Chem. Felei. Lentuken. Katruma Malken. Theuman.
Signal the attack! Let us crush this little rebellion under our heels. This farce has reached its final act.
Amuan. Mai. Shuman. Falei. Mai. Kimon. Shuman. Wei Chan. Falei. Amuan. Shuman. 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 Falei. Wei Chan.
You call this a wound? I'll show you a proper wound! After I've had a rest.
Mari. Theuman.
Shuman. Falei. Amuan. Amuan. Mai. Shuman. Fane Chengkung. Shuman. Falei. Mai. Falei.
Theuman. Mari.
Felei. Theuman.
Chan. Wei Chan.
Mari.
Amuan.
Chimei.
Falei. Amuan. Fane Chengkung.
Theuman.
Wei Chan. Shuman. Kimon. Mai. Falei. Mai. Falei. Shuman. Amuan. Shuman. Amuan. Fane Chengkung.
Jim.
Katruma Malken. Lentuken.
Falei. Amuan. Kimon.
Falei.
Chem.
Theuman.
Falei. Shuman. Shuman. Falei. Amuan. Shuman, mai. Fale. Mai, Amuan. Fale, mai. Amuan. Kimon. Shumai. Fale. Amuan. 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 Fale. Amuan. 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 Kimon. Kimon. Amuan. Amuan. Shuman. Amuan. Huijon. Shuman. Fale. Shuman. Huijon. Amuan, hai, Kimon, Amuan, Fale, Amuan, 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 Wei Chan. Shuman. Fale, mai. Mai. Kimon. Shuman. Fale, mai. Amuan. Shumai. Amuan. Mai. Kimon. Mai. Kimon. Huijon. Mai.
Tim?
Mai.
Fale. Shuman. Fale. Shuman. Huijon. Amuan. Fale. Amuan. Mai. Mai. Kimon.
Mary.
Fale. Fale. Amuan. Kimon. Shuman. Amuan. Shuman. Amuan.
Mari.
Zeu.
Fale. Mai. Kimon. Amuan. Fale. Amuan. Shuman. Kimon. Amuan. Mai. Amuan. Amuan. Fale. Amuan. Shuman. Fale. Wei Chan.
My blades thirst for Spanish blood!
Amuan. Amuan. Kimon. Amuan. Amuan. Wei Chan. Fale. Fale. Shuman. Huijon. Fale. Shuman. Mai. Fale. Shuman. Amuan. Amuan. Falei.
Felei. Mai. Felei. Nentuken.
Shuman.
Chem. Amuan. Zeuman.
Falei. Amuan. Falei. Shuman. Amuan. Falei. Shuman. Shuman. Falei. Shuman. Falei. Mai. Amuan. Amuan. Shumai.
Felei.
Zeuman. Nantuken. Amuan. Nantuken.
Amuan. 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 Falei. Amuan. Shumai. Amuan. Falei. Amuan. Amuan. Mai. Hey, John.
Chem. Mari Mai.
Hope is a fickle thing,
Felei.
yet you have managed to rekindle ours, Lautaro. We will fight for you till the very end.
Falei. Amuan. Shumai. Amuan. Falei. Timon. Falei. Amuan. 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 Shumai. Shumai. Falei. Hey, John. Shuman. Amuan. Shuman. Amuan. Timon. Amuan. Falei. Amuan. 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 Shuman. Timon. Hey, John. Hey, John. Amuan. Timon. Shuman. Amuan. Timon. Mai.
Amuan. Mai. Amuan. Zeuman.
Falei. Shuman. Hey, John. Shuman. Amuan. Amuan. Amuan! 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 Chan!
Retreat to the fortress!
I'll show you a proper wound!
I should have driven that spear through your heart when you were a boy. But my greatest flaw was that I was too merciful.
As their swords clashed on the battlefield, it felt as though time had stopped. Lautaro could hear the blood rushing through his ears. Again and again, he swung his blade at Valdivia, the steel ringing out in a triumphant melody. He could see the fear in the Spaniard's eyes, and he relished every second of it. This is what he had lived for. He would avenge his parents, and no mapuche child would ever grow up as an orphan again. When Valdivia's sword pierced his abdomen, Lautaro seized up. Yet his mind was so flooded with rage that he felt no pain. With a final swing, his sword struck true. The Spaniard's black eyes widened in shock. Before he could speak, he fell to the ground, his greedy spirit leaving his body. The hatred that had fueled Lautaro for so long seemed to evaporate. It was done. His life's mission was complete. Old memories flooded his mind. Glimpses of a forgotten life. A young boy racing with friends, eating his mother's tortillas, swimming in the river on a hot day. As the momentary peace faded, Lautaro collapsed to the ground, overwhelmed by agony. Yet, as the blinding pain began to fade and his senses dimmed in his final moments, he knew he had succeeded. Lautaro died from his wounds that day, his oath to his parents and his people fulfilled. The Spanish fled our lands, and Caupolicán resumed his role as High Chief, with Galvarino as his second-in-command. The Mapuche had achieved a once unimaginable victory. If the Spanish dared to challenge them again, they would be ready to fight together as one. Yet, even though the man is gone, the memory of Lautaro lives on. Until the last Mapuche takes their final step in Araucanía, he will be remembered as the greatest hero our people have ever known. Let his example guide you in your struggle, young Konas. A hero fights where an ordinary man gives up. But above all, we must stand united, for even a hero cannot win alone.
When I first arrived in Guanabara Bay as a humble missionary, I despaired at the savages. They knew no God, lived in sin, and covered their bodies with unsightly tattoos. Even nature herself seemed appalled by their immorality. Hundreds of fish regularly washed ashore along the rivers, permeating the air with their rancid smell as they rotted under the sun. After a few months in this godless place, I had learned the native language well enough to begin spreading the faith through the jungle. This is where I met Arariboia, the chief of the Maracajá. I initially believed all tupi to be the same. However, as I spent time with the chieftain over the years, I realized my judgment had been made in haste. Despite being a heathen, Arariboia was a man of honor. He had a genuine interest in the good book and would go to great lengths to protect his tribe. The Tupi were divided into countless factions with leaders both noble and wicked, much like the feuding kings of Europe. Arariboia's nemesis was a stubborn warrior named Cunambebe. His tribe fought the Portuguese at every turn and hated anyone who collaborated with them. Their rigid defiance earned them the moniker, the Old Ones. In contrast, Arariboia traded with the settlers. While he could not deny the strength of his rival, he believed Cunambebe was on a fool's errand. The arrival of the Portuguese had changed everything, and the Maracajá stood to gain by treating them as partners rather than enemies. The Europeans brought valuable knowledge and goods. Arariboia envisioned a future where his people and the Portuguese coexisted and thrived in peace, learning from each other's cultures instead of perishing in futile conflicts. This made the Maracajá a target for relentless raids by Cunambebe. Each attack was devastating, but Arariboia fiercely defended his people. Whispers in the wind spoke of a grand scheme by Cunambebe. No mere raid, but an invasion to annihilate the Maracajá once and for all. Arariboia paid no heed to these murmurs, and when the first attackers were spotted, it seemed just like another raid. As before, Arariboia was prepared to fight tooth and nail for his people's home on the island, and to drive off these pesky raiders.
Cunambebe in taunts us with his pitiful raids. We will teach him that the Maracajá bow to no one! Chase them off the island, men!
Even as you bleed your men to death here, my warriors already control the south side of the island. Your day of reckoning is here, traitor!
The enemy has bypassed our defenses! We are under attack from every direction!
Gunhembebe is threatening to burn my village to the ground. We cannot let it happen! Defend yourself with everything you have! Gunhembebe is sending everything he has against us. We must evacuate our people to the northeast, where his forces have yet to penetrate. Protect the refugees at all costs! Help! Gunhembebe's clubs are bearing down on us! Is this the end? The first batch of refugees has arrived from the southwest. We must protect them as they travel to safety, or our people will be doomed.
The settlement is a hub of economic activity. Use it to expand our control of this region.
Quiero que sawa imba emo yangante.
Ya so. Embaite. Se peñara. Terempe. Ararupi.
Eikové. AOE.
Embaite. Nina Motarekuita. Awiebe. Embaite. Jasso. Teremi Motarempe. Asoquekuita. Wari Nina Motarekuita. Asoquekuita. Asoquekutana. Asoquekutana. Empe. Se peñara, teremi motara, jasso, wari nena motai, se peñara, teremi motara, asoquekutana, motara, se peñara, asoquekutana, teremi motara, teremi motara, embaite, teremi motara, Wari nena Wari nena se peñara.
This village has been captured by Kunambebe. We must save the villagers before he can execute them.
Asoquekutana. Embaite, teremi motara, jasso, wari nena mo, teremi motara, embaite, embaite, teremi motara, awiebe, asoquekutana, 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 embaite, embaite, jasso, teremi motara, asoquekutana, wari nena mo, asoquekutana, embaite, jasso, teremi motara, wari nena mo, asoquekutana, teremi motara, embaite, se peñara, asoquekutana, jasso. Asoquekutana, teremi motara,
We have saved these innocent people from our enemies' clutches. In gratitude, they're offering us their services. I wonder, should we equip them with weapons or send them to war?
Verá que tem sal. AOE.
Embaite, asoquekutana, wari nena mo. Se peñara.
Kunambebe's raiders looted our homes and gathered the spoils in this location. We should reclaim it before they can steal it away from the island.
Our villagers are like grazing capybaras, unaware of the anaconda lying in ambush. Let us construct outposts so that we can spot Kunhambebe's raiders before they strike.
Emonyangara.
Empe. Tecca Sara.
Empe.
Libera che tem Sara.
Excellent job. Our enemies may burn our homes, but they will not take everything we own.
Tecca Sara.
Eikove. Aiko aipoba eresene. Tecca Sara.
Empe. Tecca Sara.
Auyavete. Aiko aipoba eresene. Auyavete. Emonyangara. Aiko aipoba eresene. Auye.
Quiero que sawa.
Ishe e kokatu.
Imba emoyanga. Verá que tem foi cotana. Auye. Onye. Auye. Imba emoyanga. Ishe ai kokatu. Vecca sara. Quiero que sawa. Foi cotana. Verá que tem imba emoyanga.
Eikové. Mba emonhangara. Uraktasara.
Well done, men. We have stolen the element of surprise from our enemy.
Mba epe.
Ishe auyagate. Uraktasara.
Ishe ai
Quiero que sawa.
Verá que tem sara.
Aiko aipoba eresene.
Tekasara.
Mba emonhangara. Mba epe. Mba emonhangara.
Quiero que sawa. Auye. Verá que tem sara.
Eikové. Ishe Eikové. Ishe ai kokatu.
Imba emoyangara.
Eikové.
Vecca sara.
Mba epe.
Imba emoyangara. Ishe ai kokatu.
Emba ere motarupi. Emba ere motarupi. A soque cuta. Emba ere motarupi.
Ba epe.
Ba emonyangara.
Emba ere motarupi. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. A soque cutana. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. Embe. A soque cutana.
Kunhembebe has taken some of the refugees captive. We should break them out of the prison.
Sara.
Quiero que sawa. Awie. Anye. Libera que tem Sara.
Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. A soque ebe. A soque cutana. A soque cutana. Ah, we ebe. A soque cutana. A soque cutana. Sepeñana. A soque. Ah, we
We have freed the refugees from Kunhembebe's claws. Send them to safety.
Empe.
Quiero que sawa.
Empe. Wari nenamo.
Ishe ai kokatu.
Emba emoyangara que tem Sara.
Ba emonyangara que Sara.
Emba emoyangara. Libera que tem Sara.
A soque cutana. Arariboia, socco e cuttana. Se pegnana. Empe. Socco e cuttana. Se pegnana. A socco e cuttana. Ah, oui, a socco e cuttana.
Vero che sawa.
Auyabete, Urata Sara.
Ishe ai kokatu. Ba epe. Empe. Vero che sawa. Ishe ai kokatu.
A socco e cuttana. A socco e cuttana. Ah, oui, a socco e cuttana. Se pegnana. Socco e cuttana. Ah, oui, a socco e cuttana. A socco e cuttana. Ah, oui, beh. Ah, oui, beh.
Ishe ai kokatu. Emba emo yangara. Emba emo yangara. Emba emo yangara. Verá que tem sara.
Emba e ni motara rubi.
Vero che sawa.
Ishe ai kokatu.
Verá que tem sara. A socco e cuttana. Già so. Tere mi motara rubi. Se pegnana.
Empe. Asokwe kutana. Embai beeri. Asokwe kutana. Empe. Embai beeri. Mari nenamo. Asokwe kutana.
We have rescued all the refugees we could. Hurry to the shore. We may not see our homes again for a long time, but one day we will take back what is ours.
Despite his decades of experience, Arariboia made the mistake of a young warrior by vastly underestimating his enemy. Instead of averting the crisis, he had led his people deeper into it. Skulking through the jungle, bitter and disappointed, he fantasized about shooting a poisoned arrow straight through Kunambebe's heart. Still, he knew that revenge would have to wait. The survival of his tribe was all that mattered now. They had to escape before Kunambebe caught up to them. As he led his men towards the edge of the island, Arariboia swore that this would not be the last time they saw their home. Arariboia had not chosen this corner of the island as a refuge on a whim. There was a Portuguese trading post here, one he and his father had often visited in his youth. They offered fine metal tools for trade and, perhaps, a safe haven for his tribe. If only he had something to trade for his people's freedom. But what could he offer? Was it even wise to bargain with these powerful foreigners from a position of weakness? As Kunambebe's shouts of "traitor" echoed in his ears, his desperation threatened to overwhelm him. He pushed his doubts aside as the trading post came into view between the trees. If his own people deemed him a traitor, so be it. Better that they stay alive and angry than dead and silent.
Our only hope for survival is to reach the Portuguese trading post. Hurry! And watch out for Kunambebe's warriors!
There is no escape, Arariboia! You can never outrun my hatred!
I come to you on bended knee, Governor General. Our peoples have always been friendly. And now, we are threatened with extermination by our enemies. You are our only hope.
I have not forgotten your amiable conduct with us, Arariboia. Take this transport ship and choose one of the locations marked on this map. They will serve as a temporary shelter. Sail like the devil!
These two tribes have offered us their services, my chieftain. We should decide which of them we want to recruit. This tribe will now fight for us.
I have led my people to disaster. But all I can do now is focus on surviving. Let us build a new home here, on the mainland.
You truly are a coward beyond compare. I pity those who have bound themselves to your sinking canoe.
This will be our base of operations, until we can reclaim our home from Kunhambebe. Let us destroy his stronghold in the area and prove that the Marakaja are still a force to be reckoned with.
Caramba! If I knew the jungle would be crawling with hostiles, I would have brought more bullets! Ready the sails! We must abandon this trading post!
Your pasty saviors turned tail and ran at the first sight of my army.
Who's the fool?
The jungle here is Kunhambebe's domain. To survive, we must subjugate the tribes allied to him by killing the chiefs. Destroying these tribes gives me no pleasure, but I cannot let any allies of Kunhambebe stand if the Marakaja are to survive.
Some of my naval officers were shipwrecked after a chaotic escape from the trading post. Could you bring them back to me, Arariboia? I promise to make it worth your while.
Quiero que sawa. Cape a beguara. Anye. Anye. Baepe. Asawi kotuna. Anye. Awiye. Asawi kotuna. Imba moyangara.
We had to abandon some of our cannons when Kunhambebe stormed that trading post. If you can recapture them, I will let you borrow them to deal with his stronghold. I doubt a barbarian like him would know how to use them anyway.
Ishe ai kokatu. Imba moyangara. Quiero que sawa. Imba moyangara. Empe. Ba epe.
Eicové. Urak Pesara.
Empe. Tere ni motar. Empe.
Imba moyangara.
Tere ni motar. Empe. Ah, oui, ebe.
Ishea i kokatu. Imba moyangara. Ba ekape abegwa. Asoko yote sawa. Imba moyangara. Imba moyangara. Kape abegwa. Kape abegwa.
Emba ebe motar. Tere mi motar opi.
Eicové.
Yero sawa.
Urak Pesara. Ishe Aikokatu. Imba Emonyangara.
Sepegnana.
Even at the edge of death, I will never regret my alliance with Kunampebe.
Te cassare.
Teremi motare rupi, a socque cuttana, ah oui, e vai per teremi motare rupi, e vai teremi motare rupi, sepegnana, a socque cuttana, a socque cuttana,
Ai come beraket in ba emoyangara.
e vai teremi motare rupi, a socque cuttana, ah oui, a socque cuttana, ah oui, a socque cuttana, a socque cuttana, ah oui, a socque cuttana, chiasso, a socque cuttana, sepegnana, guari menamo,
Destroying these tribes gives me no pleasure, but I cannot let any allies of Kanhambebe stand if the Merkaz are to survive.
As you defeat the tribes and absorb their resources, you free up my soldiers for new operations. When the enemy has the numbers, a good general knows to divide and conquer.
Sepegnana.
Even at the edge of death, I will never regret my alliance with Kunampebe.
So, you do know how to run towards something instead of running away from it. Very well. Come closer and face my club.
Aiko aipoba eresene.
Te cassare.
Mbak Epe?
Tere mi motara rupi. Emba epe empe. Ah, oui, asokwe kutana. Asokwe kutana.
Mba emo nyangara.
Emba epe asokwe kutana.
Mba emo yangara.
Tere mi motara rupi. Tere mi motara rupi. Inamo. Emba epe chasso. Tere mi motara rupi. Emba epe asokwe kutana.
Emba emo yangara.
Tere mi motara epe asokwe kutana.
Mba kasara.
Emba epe asokwe kutana.
Emba emo yangara.
Ishe ai kokatu.
Emba emo yangara. Kasara. Ishe ai kokatu. Kasara.
Emba tere mi motara rupi. Ah, oui, epe. Emba epe tere mi motara rupi. Emba epe tere mi motara rupi. Ah, oui, epe.
Empe.
Yero che sawa.
Ai poba ere sene. Mba emo nyangara. Emo nyangara.
Tere mi motara rupi. Asokwe kutana. Tere mi motara asokwe kutana. Tere mi motara asokwe kutana. Emba epe tere mi motara rupi. Asokwe kutana. Tere mi motara asokwe kutana. Tere mi motara rupi. Emba epe
Ishe ai kokatu.
Yero che sawa. Emba emo yangara. Emba emo yangara.
Empe. Mba emo nyangara.
Emba emo yangara. Kasara. Ishe ai kokatu. Yero che sawa. Emba yangara. Emba emo yangara. Emo yangara.
Mba epe.
tere mi motara rupi.
Emba epe. Kasara. Yero che sawa. Emo yangara.
Teka Sara. Urak Sara.
Empe.
Eiko ver. Urak Sara. Urak Sara.
Empe. Emba epe. Tere mi motara rupi. Tere mi motara rupi. Emba tere mi motara rupi. Emba epe. Asokwe kutana. Tere mi motara rupi. Asokwe kutana. Tere mi motara asokwe kutana.
Ishe ai kokatu.
Empe. Teka Sara. Urak Sara. Eiko ver. Emo nyangara.
Mba vera che te insawi kotuna. Anye. Mba emo
Tere mi
yangara.
motara rupi. Emba epe ripotar. Tere mi motara rupi. Tere mi motara rupi. Asokwe. Emba tere mi motara rupi. Asokwe kutana. Asokwe.
Imba emoyangara.
When I catch you, I will feed you piece by piece to the snakes, you miserable traitor!
I am not proud of seeking refuge with the Portuguese, but one cannot survive on pride alone. After today, my people have a future once more.
With bravery and skill, and not a little help from the Portuguese cannons, the Maracajá had survived. With their foothold secured, Arariboia drew up plans to strike back at Cunhambebe. Yet he knew he couldn't do it alone. The unlikely alliance with Mãe de Sá had been a success. The Pale Commander had fought viciously, tipping the scales in Arariboia's favor. Without him and his ships, the Maracajá would have been like the stranded fish rotting on the shores of Guanabara Bay. Could de Sá be trusted? For now at least, he seemed to be a man of his word. A warrior in hard metal and soft silk, rather than feathers and tattoos, but a warrior nonetheless. A few days after their victory, de Sá invited him to a formal dinner. Stepping into the fort's mess hall felt like entering a strange new world. Everything was foreign, from the spiced dishes and silver plates to the little spits they used to pick up their food. A new fashion even amongst the Portuguese, de Sá told him. Yet the conversation flowed pleasantly. My translator Anchieta tells me you have a proposal, said de Sá, pausing for me to relay his words in tupi. But just as Arariboia was about to reply, a messenger bursts into the hall. Governor General! Our men have sighted French ships in the bay! De Sá dropped his fork. How many cannons? When the answer came, the foreigner went even paler than he already was. The French? Who are they? Arariboia asked. De Sá replied in hushed tones. They are to us what Cunhambebe is to you.